Hello, Taurus. Welcome back to Spirit's Path, and this is your July horoscope for 2021. Just to recap, this year is all about the ancestor, listening to your own beat, creating your own path, walking your own journey, going through those birch trees, listening to the beat of the drum. All right. In January, you set your goals. Okay, put your eyes on a prize, and you're getting ready to hit that mark based on that Archer card, that Major Arcana. You know, that's a life lessons card. In February, whether you hit that mark or not, you went within. You started thinking about your life in a different way. All right, you went to within to look at your fears and doubts, and maybe questioning your abilities. Right, but that was a good time because you learned more about yourself in February. March was all about a struggle. All right, with that Eight of Arrows. But the good thing about February and March, both the Hooded Man and this Eight of Arrows, the struggle, both have those beacons. All right, so there's light. There's light there at the end of the tunnels as you're moving forward. April, part of your birthday month, was all about abundance. April and May, all right, you brought that abundance in. So even though it was a struggle, it's starting to come out in the springtime. All right, starting to have that abundance. May, there was some jealousy going on. All right, people were, I look at it as people were putting blessings upon you. All right, but that was the overall theme for the month. And then last month was that Queen of Stones, the bear, the motherly, nurturing aspect of what you have. Okay, of making sure you're protecting what you have, your assets and materialism. And if you look at the rest of the whole year, you've got arrows and bows as a dominating theme. But this queen is coming out saying, what, even though we've struggled and you might have some jealousy out there, some of that air energy, okay, this queen stabilized everything for you in the month of June. So let's see what the month of July has for you, Taurus. And I'm going to do the same thing I've done. I'm going to do one card for the theme, and then 4 cards for each week. In the month of July, it's represented by the Major Arcana card of the Guardian. All right, facing your fears in the month of July, facing whatever deep-seated fears that you have. All right, having to walk past that bear skeleton. Okay, maybe it has something to do with it, walking on your path. Maybe it's time for you to grow and take on more responsibility, or more I don't want to say competition, but more challenge, okay, along that path. Or maybe a challenge is going to be given to you in July, where it's going to stop you in your tracks and make you think, and am I good enough for this? You are good enough for this. The key is to understand what those fears and those doubts are. All right, and if there are fears and doubts, all right, find out what the resources are for you, to take care of those fears and doubts. If there's a weakness within your chain link, all right, Taurus, figure out what that weakness is, strengthen it up, okay, while still maintaining it. A lot of times we don't like seeing that challenge. We don't like seeing that that fear and that doubt that's in there, whether it's in a relationship or a social setting or a work setting. We like things to be nice and comfortable, all right? But the only way you can grow is to face those fears and challenges. And July could be a growing month for you, Taurus. So let's look at that first week. First week is going to be represented by that Page of Vessels and that Otter. Okay, pages are messengers. Vessels is going to be water energy, all right, emotional energy, psychic energy. So during that first week, and we'll clarify, look at what might come up to you during that first week, as far as what sort of messages are being coming at you through your emotions, all right, or your psychic, your intuition, right? And how does that play into the Guardian with facing your fears and facing your doubts, right? Is there some sort of emotional baggage that you need to look at within there? In the second week of July is going to be represented by the Mirror. Okay, while the guardian makes you face your fears and challenges you, the mirror wants you to look at your reflection, for one, and see who you really are. This is another major arcana card. So, whatever that message was that came to you in the first week, the second week, you're looking in the mirror, you're seeing who you are, and you're trying to peer into the future. But what the mirror really shows is, the inward depth of who you are. Not what you are, but who you are. Okay? Who you are in life, who you are in a family, who you are in a work situation. Okay? And sometimes that can be scary because we wear different masks with different people in different situations. Okay? And we try to be something that we're not. All right? But yet we don't like being vulnerable to our feelings. But in order to get across to the other side, all right, you have to look into that globe. You have to look into that future a little bit and ask yourself where it is you need to be to move forward. And that's part of facing that fear, right? July, it looks like it's going to be a month where, you're going to be looking within, looking at yourself. And let's see what the third week holds for you. Third week is a 9 of arrows in dedication. Okay, so you listen to what that message was from that page of vessels, that otter. All right, and you're understanding a little bit of who you are, what you want to be, where you want to go. And it all coincides with that guardian, facing those fears. And you've come upon that revelation where, Taurus, you're always all about hard work and determination. All right? Your hard work and determination is going to pay off into dedication. Dedication on facing those fears, facing those challenges to help you grow, to help you move forward. To use those resources wisely in order to grow and, face the challenges, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in a business situation or a social situation. And in that fourth week, Taurus, represented by the World Tree. This is an end of a cycle in that fourth week for you. Major Arcana card, two of them for the month, and the month's represented by another Major Arcana card. So, the World Tree, you've walked that maze, right? And now you're at the door of the World Tree. And the World Tree stands for knowledge, wisdom. Its roots run deep. Okay, it's great because you're very secure, you're very stable. All right, it's represented through all the seasons, so you see growth, you see death. All right, you see abundance, you see lack. All right, this is the end of a cycle for you for this week. Maybe it's the end of the cycle of facing your fears. Okay, maybe it's the end of the cycle of facing those doubts that you have. All right, by facing those fears and by facing those doubts and being able to walk past that guardian, you now end that cycle and you begin another. You gain wisdom, you gain knowledge, okay, on your path that you're on. Now remember, June was all about that Queen of Stones and being protective, all right? And, as I look at, how that year is played out, you set your goals and you had some struggles, but you also had some wins. So you had some losses, you had some wins. And people are jealous of, what's going on. That happened in May. You're starting to get yourself into a groove now. Maybe you found that little comfort level, Taurus, all right? And you're working your way past that guardian. He doesn't scare you as much as he does when you first saw it, okay? The page of vessels, that otter, he gave you a message, whatever that message is. Now, that page of vessels is also symbolic of dreams and visions. Okay, so watch your message. Watching that message in that first week to see what that message is to go forward to, for that guardian card. The question that page asks is where do you need to let your feelings show? If this guardian is coming up and he's scaring you, where do you need to let your feelings show? It's good to voice your opinion. It's good to voice those feelings out to the universe, to say, you know what? I'm not sure if I can handle this. I don't know about this relationship. I don't understand, what's happening, with this. And by setting that out into the universe, that page of vessels will have that message come back to you. And you might see that in the mirror card, right? Giving you that opportunity to reflect on who you are and what you are, right? Those dreams and the visions that come along are going to help guide you to meeting that guardian. And when you're ready, you're gonna walk by him, because you're gonna be dedicated to whatever that thought process is for you, Taurus. All right, whatever those emotional feelings you need to get over to move forward, to give you that strength, to give you that security, that stability. All right, that know-how, right? And then at the end of the month of July, you're gonna have that world tree. You've walked that maze. You've walked that path that you're on. And if this is an emotional journey because of that page of vessels, and that's what's holding you back from facing your fears, you've learned, you've grown, you've gained some knowledge, you've gained some wisdom. So open up that door, right, of the tree and walk through. And start a fresh beginning on something else. Knowing that, I've had these feelings, I've had these emotions before, and this is how I handled them. All right, Taurus, so there you have it. That's your July horoscope for 2021, represented by the Guardian. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. This is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you in the month of August. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.